Okay. Isaiah Rashad, Cilvia Demo. I want to shout out to the Kobe's on Discord for giving me a great write-up this morning on the album. I was very much on the fence this morning on what to do. Was going to do Psychodrama by Dave. It basically was Psychodrama by Dave. This one, everyone's pushing for a Schoolboy Q reaction right now because he's got an album coming out in March. It Was Written. It's very, 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 very high on the list. Very high. There's a couple others as well. But great write-up by Kobe. Thank you, sir. A couple things that he put in there. I won't go through the whole thing, but basically what I was cracking up over, apparently Isaiah Rashad is quoted as referring to this album saying he was 22 as fuck when he made this. So like young, disillusioned, pessimistic, that whole angle, like really teen angst type thing. I mean 22, but teen angst-ish, you know. So that kind of cracked me up because yeah, I do my best to stay positive. And I think generally I do a pretty good job of being positive. And then I go to work and I'm not mad, but I'm less positive. I'm less positive. And you know, this year, 2024, like generally speaking, I try to be positive, but also overall, I honestly have a pretty negative outlook on where everything is going. Like my personal opinion, if you guys were to ask me, okay, Bob, what's all going to happen? Like to the country, to the world, to our species, it's all going to hell. So I don't want to get into that too much, but I bring that up because it's funny, this idea of being 22 as fuck when making an album and looking back on it and maybe going, oh, you know, I was a little out of line or whatever. I don't know exactly what it said, but just kind of maybe looking at your previous opinions when you were way younger and maybe getting a little cringy over it or something. Because generally speaking, I feel like that is a thing that happens. You grow up out of your teenage years, you get a little later into your teens, early 20s, and everybody's just so stupid. They have no idea what's going on. Why are things like this? What a bunch of idiots, blah, blah, blah. And then you keep going, and hopefully you keep growing as a person and learning things, and you start to realize, oh, you know, I'm kind of a little stupid too. And you grow as a person. But then what I have found, I'm 43, you almost like come back around all the way. You pick up knowledge and life experiences and perspectives and all these different things. And you kind of land back at, God, people are dumb. Maybe that's just me. I am pretty jaded, pretty cynical person overall. I try and be positive. I don't know. I kind of do both, I suppose. Anyway, so I feel like I can connect with this album in a vein, at least. Also, he said, Southern style. There was a great comment on Twitter. Someone was kind of cranky that I was listening to this before listening to some other great Southern albums. And it's a fair point, but at the same time, it's tough. I mean, this is the double-edged sword of hip-hop. It's so evolved from its own sources, and it keeps growing and changing, and I think that's incredible. But it can also make it difficult to maybe appreciate certain albums if you don't know what came before. But man, it's a lot of time and effort and work to go through all the stuff that came before. So a fair point, in my opinion, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to try and enjoy it. And then the Kobe's also mentioned one other thing, very important point for me to keep in mind. Apparently this album just kind of goes all over the place in terms of track flow and energy. I'm glad he made me aware of that because I can get a little cranky about albums just shifting all over the place. So I'll try not to get too cranky about that. Apparently there are 4 music videos that will be Patreon only. Patreon's $2. If you're tired of seeing ads on the YouTube version, it's $2. You can watch it's MP3 format as well. So if you just want to listen, you can do that. Let's jump into it. 10-year anniversary. This album has been so requested. Essentially since the channel kind of got going, once I got into album format reactions, I mean, from very early on, I remember this coming up over and over. You got to listen to Cilvia Demo. Oh, and apparently Cilvia is the name of his car, his Honda Civic. I like the cover, how it's got like scratched out, I assume, album names, Pieces of a Kid, Fake Trill, Preacher's Son, Strictly For, like It's kind of neat, you know, just scratching out. I got all these ideas, but none of them are working. So fuck it. I'll just call it the name of my car Demo. Already a little bit of angst in there, a little bit. But I don't want to, you know, it's great getting write-ups, but it's also important to just try and clean slate. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. Every now and then I think, I got it. I got to figure it out. I'm going to come in with the clean slate. Nope. Didn't come in with the clean slate. Let's drop into track 1. Yeah, this album is 14 songs, just under 50 minutes. Pretty concise in that respect. Doesn't look like there's any... Oh, it looks like the final track is a long one. 7 minutes. Everything else is pretty quick. First track is called Hereditary, produced by Ross Vega. And here we go. Let's drop in. First time hearing Isaiah Rashad, I believe. Unless he's been featured... I don't recall. Anyway, here we go. Track 1, Hereditary. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ah. Cool. I didn't really expect this.
My daddy taught me how to drink my pain away. My daddy taught me how to lead somebody. You were looking for the wrong one. I ain't thinking much of love. I've been shitting on your feelings. You were looking for the wrong one.
I'm probably gonna kill. Let's let it roll in. Okay, there's no transition, so I'll stop it there. Okay. Great little opener. Very kind of abrasive. I wasn't expecting that. I think of Southern. I think of, you know, kind of chilled out, slowed down, mellow. So that was an abrasive start, but that's kind of works for what's going on here. The hook compared to the verse. You know, the hook is saying, I ain't eating anymore. I'm sipping on Henny. The verse says, my daddy taught me how to drink my pain away. So he's drinking, just like his daddy taught him. You've been looking for the wrong one. My daddy taught me how to leave somebody. Ain't thinking about your love, I'm shitting on your feelings. My daddy taught me how to smoke my load and go. Daddy taught me you don't need nobody. So I like how the hook is a playoff of the verse, essentially, lyrically. And that whole verse, you know, you learn it by watching them do it. You know, it's, and I got to tell you guys, a lot of you are younger, according to the Google numbers that I have on the channel. A lot of you, that is the hardest thing. The hardest thing. Like, you can spend time with your kids and do all this other stuff, but it's the hardest thing to break your own little bad, weird habits. Break out of, because so many of them wouldn't even realize we're doing it, but the kids see it. And then all of a sudden you're like, why are you doing it? Why are you behaving this way? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. You're doing that because I do that. Oh, fuck. Oh, and then you realize you're a terrible person. But you guys get what I'm getting. Okay, cool opener. I won't hit on that too much, but that is setting a tone. So let's move into track 2. Honestly, for a minute and a half opener, I would put a heart next to that, except for the hearts thing. It's tough because on one hand, it's like a go, no go on if I would listen to it again for my own structure, which is how the channel started. Would I listen to it again or not? Like, that's the only measure I care about with a song. But then I also, for hearts in Spotify, it's like, oh, maybe I'll put this in a playlist. But am I ever going to put that in a place? I don't know. Anyway, let's just fucking give it a heart because I would listen to it again. Great opener for the album. Track 2 is called Webbie Flow. You like, okay. Produced by Mr. Carmack. Not John Carmack, right? The guy who created Doom and Wolfenstein? Not him. Probably not him. All right, track 2, Webbie Flow. Huh. Neat.
My dick, I know it's, it's soft, I know you.
Huh.
Like, baby, can you suck it on my dick? I know it's big enough.
I know
with a
it's
nigga
big
from the south, I know you feel the rush. Fucking with a nigga, bitches rarely ever get the touch. Better better feel privileged. Catch another, you can hit
the dust. I done grown up for my child's sake. Black and mild face, blicking blow place.
Tripping.
Crowd space, never skirt chase. Maybe first grade, never last place. Never had brakes. Pop a transmission, always had faith. Always had trace, always had James. In that duplex, hit a suplex. Fuck a crew neck, sported solo. Up in recess, never regress. Georgia Peaches,
Georgia Peaches.
Cheekess, such a slut bag. Baby nut rag, never cuff that. Fuck your mosh pit, I'm on my shit. On that trap shit, got that pipe dog. I might bite, bitch, I'm on tablet. Scribble down, I'm rapping like cool. Inspire all my local jokers who be quitting at school. They be hating that job, I was hating that too. I was flipping your burger high as a bitch, but I'm cool. I think I'm blessed now. I only stress about the stress now. Since I'm fresh now, pull that motherfucking dress down. Dress down, dress down.
Tripping. Tripping. I guess I'll let it finish. There's a minute left. There's a lot to take in on this one. Kind of a fascinating song in terms of the vocal delivery. It's like this mix of, I don't want to say angst, because it's, the word angst is a good word, but it's so associated with like a specific type of behavior and person that I feel like people kind of disregard it now. But like there's frustration, but there's also like, I'm better than you, but there's also this feeling of I'm not that happy, which probably leads to the frustration, you know, like, let's go through some of these lyrics. Like, baby, can you suck my dick? I know it's big enough. Feel the rush, you know, this person bitches rarely ever get to touch, better feel privileged. Catch a nut or you can hit the dust. And that's the whole I'm better than you type thing, you know, cocky, ego, whatever you want to call it. But then there's this other, just in his voice and how he's putting all these words out, there's just this frustration, like this unrealized knowledge that being better than somebody else doesn't solve whatever this problem is that is creating the frustration. You know, and two, it's kind of interesting in that he seems to be talking about, you know, scoring with the girls, which is usually a good thing, but that's not really making him happy. You know, grab her ass, grab her cheek ass, such a slut bag, baby nut rag, love a hood rat. I'll never go back, never gonna get her. This part I was getting confused. Never hit a raw again, fucking with the law again, picking up trash on highways, never my way. And that's kind of a play off of, you know, my way or the highway. But it's never his way. It's on the highway. Fuck a Friday with Robert. Yeah, fuck your turn up. Fuck your turn out. We're going to burn up. Fuck your mosh pit. I'm on my shit. On that tribe shit. Scribbling down. I'm rapping like cool. It's spelled with a K. I don't know how LL Cool J spells his name. Anyway. Inspire all my local jokers who be quitting that school. They be hating that job. I was hating that too. I was flipping your burger high as a bitch, but I'm cool. I can't, unfortunately, with the lyrics, I can't like use lyrical evidence to support my current claim of these emotions that are coming out through the vocals. It really is, to me, just a vocal presence. This frustration, this I'm better than you, but I'm unhappy element. And I'm going to test the fire, girl. I'm going to touch your thigh. Oh my. I'm going to spend the night. And I do like the fact that sex is being discussed in this, because usually when you're young and you're a guy, you score like, yeah, you know, but there's no celebration here. There's no victory. And then that outro, I heard you serving all that pussy. What's it going for? So maybe the frustration is, he wants to feel special, but he's not, you know? That's something else that you go through too. And I don't want to even say young. I'll do my best to not refer to young people as this like lowly, unknowledgeable group. I hate that. I fucking hate it when the older generation talks down to the younger generation. It's so condescending, so disrespectful. I can't stand that shit. This outro, though, can kind of apply to anybody, right? Like, you want to feel special. I think that's a general thing. People enjoy feeling special. It's nice to feel special. So if you hook up with this girl and you're like, yeah, but then you realize, well, she just hooks up with anybody. If part of hooking up with her for you was to feel special, her hooking up with everybody completely negates that. Cool. All right. I'm enjoying this. That's fun. Let's move on to track 3. It's called Cilvia Demo, so title track. Produced by Joseph. Can't pronounce his last name. I feel so bad. Last week I did Erykah Badu. Baduism, that album, great album, loved it. But I kept saying Badu, which apparently is not how you pronounce it. I mean, not a big deal, right? But I still feel badly for having said it wrong for 2 hours straight, basically. Okay, track 3, Cilvia Demo.
10-4. We got a 4-2-3. We got a young man riding around.
What's a natty caddy? Is that like a natural Cadillac, a stock Cadillac? I don't know.
Stand creeping through the city in that dark ass tent. Misdemeanor on the way, yo. I slide in my rimless Bentley, no tights. I'm gymnast, bending blocks. My world the Lakers. Now, baby, hold that wheel while I'm rolling up. Hopefully, she old enough to purchase that liquor. What I need from the stove. She understands her selection, advance her affection.
Cool beat,
my rejection, never needing a hoe. I got plans to be that nigga. I know you met him as a child. He gave you 10 bones.
Cool slow down there.
Wow, be cool for a minute. 93 till be cool for an image. Now what up, now what up, now I've been getting higher and higher.
Cool hook here.
And higher. Now what up, now what up, now what up, now what up.
This hook reminds me of what I've already forgotten from the opening track of what his dad taught him. So the previous track, I think maybe the frustration comes from shitting on this girl's feelings too, not caring about this girl. I'm gonna leave you, if you don't do what I want sexually, I'm just gonna. So basically, I'm pausing to remind myself of what was said in Hereditary, because those are seeds that might play into other tracks. Right now, he's talking about smoking all his lows away, smoking all my lows. I've been getting higher. Anyway, okay, let's keep going. Cool little sounds.
I glanced at that little grown man at her front door. He looking at me like I looked at Pops when he come for. My mama as a toddler, I was selfish. This ain't nothing new. I can spit a couple 22s if I want to. I save it for the tour, the allure of the gap tooth, rap tooth, the shape of sun. I always knew he'll make him something. He got schemes to smoke green and make them
great beat. I really like this beat.
I be getting higher than a bitch. Smoking all my lows, put the fire to the spliff. What up? Now what up? Now I've been getting higher and higher.
And I like how he kind of sings this bit, just a little.
Now what up? Now what up?
Okay, that's gonna fade out. All right. There's some lyrics here referencing his dad. I have to be careful not to put too much weight on what was said in the opening track. I do it all the time. You guys see it. You guys know it. I'll get caught up with my own ideas and then just conjure this whole thing that's not real. But, maybe sometimes that's part of the fun. Where was it with his dad? She got a baby due. I think she's bisexual. At least I hope so. I glanced to that little grown man at her front door. He looking at me like I looked at Pops when he come for. My mom as a toddler. I was selfish. This ain't nothing new. I could spit a couple 22s if I want to. That, I don't really understand. The only thing I think of is 22 Twos, the Jay-Z song, which I really like. I think that's fantastic. So, Jay-Z's spitting on that one. So that's the only thing I can think of there. There's no annotation. I save it for the tour, the allure of the gap tooth, rap tooth in shape or something. Always know he would make him something. I don't know what the shit. There's a lot of stuff being said. I kind of don't get. And that's okay. That's okay. Stepping in the swimming pool, invincible. Invincible. Great word. Because thus far he hasn't necessarily sounded invincible. What he has sounded is like he wants to be invincible. But it seems like there's a dark seed somewhere telling him, you're not quite, which maybe is leading to the frustration I was talking about in that opening track. I'm with brown skin, small waisted. I'm creeping with my ball faces. I like her titties too. I like her attitude. I like her flexible. That can go different ways, lots of different ways, especially when you throw in this whole, I think she's bisexual, at least I hope so. Flexible, you can think of physical flexibility, of course. But what about emotional flexibility? Especially if you're a person who maybe wants to just use somebody for sex. You want somebody who's going to be emotionally flexible to allow that kind of thing, you know? Now, sometimes I be getting higher than a bitch. Smoking all my lows, put the fire to the spliff. What up now? What up? Cool track. Cool sound thus far. This has been pretty easy to settle into. Sometimes it takes me a while. This has not taken any time at all. I'm just enjoying the shit out of it thus far. Track 4 is called R.I.P. Kevin Miller, produced by Black Metaphor. Let's jump in. RIP Kevin Miller. That's probably a Southern reference right there, a sample. I don't know that one, but the way it's being used so prominently, it feels like a nod to something. Ha. Oh, cool, it changed. What is this? This gotta be a reference to something. Oh, the hook originated from Kevin Miller's brother, Master P, Weed, and Money. If I die today, bitch, my legacy is straight. I'm the best they never heard. I'm your brother, just relate. I need diamond teeth, living like it's 1998. Like when Percy was the king, back when Juvie was the great. Screaming motherfucker 12, bitches ain't shit. Cops ain't neither. They hunting my people. Codeine, I'm back leaning. I cope with my demons. The best is not perfect. The rest is not worth it. Wake up! Ha. Something that I'm finding fascinating for myself in this experience right now is it's like I feel like if I would have came in blind, I would have probably gotten a little complaining about some of the lyrics, some of the stuff he's talking about. Screaming motherfucking 12 bitches ain't shit. Codeine, I'm back leaning. I cope with my team. Right, because I've complained about that before. But it's almost like knowing now that Isaiah Rashad has looked back on this and went, nah. It's not like it just changes how I perceive this. And I don't really know why. I can't really give it a good reason or example as to why. But it's almost like because the artist has kind of given that space. Same thing with Tyler. Like Tyler he talks about Goblin and how he thinks most of Goblin is basically trash, I feel less need of being critical about this if the artist has already done it himself. I think that's where it's coming from. So in that, I think it's easier for me to allow this to simply be a person at that age expressing these feelings. And you would think, well, Bob, that should apply at all times. Yeah, but I just forget. This is something that came up during the week I spent with Finally Rich by Chief Keef. Enjoyed the album. But there was a couple times I was talking about, because there's a lot of emphasis on gotta make money. And there's a really good discussion in Discord just about how different their world and their life is compared to mine. And somebody made a great point about how just like I can't imagine what their life is like, they probably can't imagine what my life is like. And I kind of forgot my whole point about this side rant. But I just forget. It's so hard to put myself into a position of a world I can't even imagine. you know, it's difficult to do. And so from my own perspective, I get a little nitpicky, probably too much so. But it is neat now to sit here and think, okay, well, even the artist has gone, yeah, you know, maybe a little too angsty, maybe a little too this or that, and go, okay, now I don't have to be nitpicky, or I don't even feel emboldened to be nitpicky, I suppose. Let's keep going. I kind of fucking ruined the whole flow, but it was just interesting that has come to mind.
I'm back with the wine and break it back. What you wanted, this the sack. It's that motherfucking back. Who designed it, this the one. How you make it out of chat. Who can fire, I'm the prince. It was written in the book. Jeremiah, I got dreams. I got bitches, I got hooks. You can buy them fresh and clean. As they go, you had me hooked.
All right.
My ambition was a scheme. I defy them, you can too. If you get up on your ass, fucking try it. I swear I be bloody red, but bitch, I feel amazing. And this is not a confrontation, that's an understatement. See, this is running in your house or where your mama's staying.
All this like background vocal.
Just wake up.
Trippy, man. Trippy.
Wake up.
Good little, the sample of that piano, the way it's like swimming around. And this is fucking cool, man. There's a lot happening here. And I'm trying to like kind of pull back on the reins a little bit, like don't go running off on all these crazy ideas, but there's a lot happening here. First of all, with this hook, I don't know the song it's originating from, so I don't know if the original song swells like that too. But those two lines, y'all live for bitches and blunts, we live for weed and money. And the way it swells, it's almost like an argument. You know, the two sides going back and forth in a sense, where neither side is listening to the other. And so I'm going to, you know, if I'm louder, I'll prove myself. Whoever's loudest wins, right? So the swelling is kind of an interesting concept for me, and just how it's being utilized in the song. Although that could just be a reference to how the original song was performed. I don't know. But it's funny, they're almost living for the same thing. One's just preferring bitches over money, but they're both living for weed. There was some stuff said in the first verse. If I die today, my legacy is straight. I'm the best they never heard. That really stands out to me. I'm the best they never heard. That's a tough one for, I think, well, for artists. I can't relate to it specifically personally because I haven't, you know, created anything that I've tried to put out there. There is an album I listened to. The group is called Atom Ship. It's a rock metal album, and it's called The Crash of 47. And I constantly call it the best rock album no one's ever heard, because that's exactly what it is. Like, it's so fucking good. Nobody's ever heard of it. And even if you go on Spotify, it's got, I think all the songs have like less than, you know, 700,000 streams or some shit like that. I think there's one with 1 million because it was on a soundtrack. That's it. And I've done the Buwag and interacted with artists who are trying to like make it. And like, there's some great shit out there. And just nobody's heard it. Nobody's heard it. So that's that one right there, man. The best they've never heard. I need Diamond Teeth living like it's 98. Like when Percy was the king, back when Juvie was the great. Would that be Juvenile? Juvenile, okay. Yeah, I got one right. Master P, also known as Percy Miller, which is not Kevin Miller. Shit, I'm getting mixed up now. Oh, yeah. No, Kevin Miller is deceased brother of Rashad's. Oh, is the brother of his favorite rapper, Master P. Okay, I got that mixed up there. Bitch, this doobie is the bait. The bait. Which is interesting because if the doobie is the bait, that puts a different spin on the hook of y'all live for bitches and blunts. We live for weed and money. But if you've got weed, you've got the bait for bitches. And anyway, whatever. Like one day you're here, then you're gone. That's why Chad was down in Shrimp. I've been riding out since I thought my Huffy was the shit. A Huffy, the bicycle, yeah, that's great. Chattanooga pool of sharks. Don't you slip and lose a limb. Slow down losing them. I've been on the booze again. Remember what Dad taught him in the opening track? That sober living hell. And then this line really stood out to me too. Free guap if he's in jail. If he's in jail. And I like that a lot because it implies an uncertainty of the status of being in jail or not, which means how close is he to this guy, you know? But that could also be a reference to a song. So it's very possible I'm way overthinking that. But, you know, free so-and-so if they're in jail. And so-and-so, by the way, is so-and-so in jail or not? Is he in jail right now? Or is he out? I don't know. When was the last time? I hadn't talked to him forever, but yeah, if he's in jail, get him out. He taught me about the scale. It was vivid. I was there. I was on my first offense. I hope they're going to give me bail. Screaming, motherfucker 12, bitches ain't shit, cops ain't either. They hunting my people. I cope. I'm Cody and I'm back leaning, and I cope with my demons. The best is not perfect. The rest is not worth it. Wake up. And then what's verse 2? There's some shit there too. Where was it? I'm the prince. It was written in the book, Jeremiah. Is that, I'm assuming that's a biblical reference, but I don't. My biblical knowledge is so thin now these days. I got dreams, I got bitches, I got hooks. You can buy them. Fresh and clean. That Stankonia had me hooked as a child. Used to think my ambition was a scheme. I defy them. You can too. If you get up off your ass, fucking try it. I like that too. A bit of a stab. Like, get up. Get up and try. We can do it. Just stop fucking laying around. Just trying to make the top fall off on the whip like a candy lollipop on y'all. Zaniho get me high, make me feel so tall. Trying to keep my mental ground so I feel for y'all. I swear my eyes be bloody red, but bitch, I feel amazing. That's a great one too, because I think it was previous track talks about I'm being invincible. And now he's saying it feels amazing, but again, I don't think it's a true statement. Kitties. Oh, kitties, don't go behind the computer, kitties. Okay? Don't unplug all my wires when I'm recording, kitties. No, that'd be bad. Hold on 1 second for kitty intermission. Kitties, don't go behind. Kitty. Oh. Okay. You're going to be a good kitty? Or you're going to ruin the video? Do you see yourself there? Yeah. Let's not go behind the computers, okay? Okay. Kitty intermission is over. Cool track. We're 4 for 4 on hearts. Let's move on to track 5, which is called Ronnie Drake, featuring SZA, produced by The Antidote. Drop it in. Track 5. Neat beats, man. Really neat beats.
Alright, Rob, this the one. This last one. Check me out.
You sure?
So don't call me a nigga unless you call me my nigga. I'm a king. OE, be slipping, falling from my chalice. Don't mind the bumper that was missing from my carriage. It's poorly tinted, but my women not embarrassed. I can't bury your average. You feel slighted, hey, it's like she know that I got it. It feel like it. I got that coke flow, that heat rock. I got that old school huddle to the beat.
I love hesitations like that in the production. Love that.
I'm a beat thot to let mother.
And then this sound, flat out.
My killers, my dealers, my truckers, my bros. I got love for my sister, my women, my bitches, my strippers, my hoes. I got love for my nigga.
Hope they don't kill you cause you black today. They only feel you when you pass away. The eulogy be so moving. We live the scenes of those movies. Conflict in school or dope moving. It's so youthful. But if you die today, I hope you finding some relief or what a great escape. Sometimes I wonder why we kill us, why they killing us. I think we only wear a grill because they grilling us. Or how they feeling us. Gotta look real and tough. Gotta keep your hands in the cart. Know you stealing stuff. Came a long way from a boat and an auction. Now we got names in a vote, in a coffin. Ain't shit changed but the coast. We adopted little black children. You can call me that nigga.
I got love for my sister, my women, my bitches, my strippers, my hoes. I love for my nigga.
I apologize for looking slightly distracted, but the kitties are doing kitten things as they do. Anyway. Hopefully I don't sound too pretentious by saying this is a pretty powerful song, in my opinion. You go into the opener, you know. Don't call me A unless you call me my, right? And you go through, I love this bit about don't mind the bumper that was missing from my carriage. It's poorly tinted, but my women not embarrassed. So, yeah, my car's a little shitty, but it don't matter. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about my car being shitty. I came to bury you average. You feel slighted. It's not. It's like she know that I got it. I feel like it. Ain't getting no money on that conscious shit. I'm going to just load my gat on some survival shit. And when I hear they got a drought on it, I'm going to take a month out of rap and hustle till I'm out of it. That's an interesting little section right there. Just this idea of you don't fucking make money by doing conscious rap. You just got to do the survival shit. I would suppose the gangster shit. And I've seen lots of music debate, discussion. Well, I mean hip hop debate and discussion, right? And it comes up every now and then. Kind of more of in a broader sense. I mean, obviously Kendrick's been very successful with conscious rap, and there's been some other rappers who've been successful that way too. But you get into this argument back and forth between, you know, the masses and the mainstream and all that stuff versus, you know, I don't really want to dive into it. But you guys, I'm sure, understand what I'm getting at. And so to hear him say that is kind of cool. I got that Coke flow, that heat rock. Got that old school huddled to the beatbox. I'm just digging in your cushion for the sweet spot. Anyway. Sorry. Verse 2. I hope they don't kill you because you're black today. They only feel you when you pass away. The eulogy be so moving. We live the scenes of those movies. Conflict in school or dope moving. It's so youthful, but if you die today, I hope you find in some relief. What a great escape. Who was it? Oh, it was Tupac. His biggest, I don't remember the song. I think it was off of All Eyes on Me, but his biggest fear was being reincarnated. Dying and being reincarnated and having to come back to it. That was his biggest fear. We're still dodging from polices when we make a plate. Policies? Right. Okay. Sorry. They're lying, searching in my bucket with the straightest face. So they're patting him, you know, well, maybe not patting him down, but like illegal search, illegal seizure. Sometimes I wonder why we're killers, why they're killing us. I think we only wear a grill because they're grilling us. That's a great line too, right there. Or how they feeling us. Got to look real and tough. Keep your hands in the cart. Know they're stealing stuff. Come a long way from a boat and an auction. Now we got names, a vote, and then a coffin. That shit's cold right there. And, you know, what they say about comedy, right? It's only funny if it's true. I think there's some, you can make a similar statement with lyrics. They're only cold if they're true. Ain't shit changed but the coast we adopted. Little black children, you can call me that. And then the chorus, I got love for my people, my killers, my dealers. So it's kind of a neat song in the sense of, I don't want to say like unification, but it's more of a sense of we're all in this shit together. And yeah, maybe we don't all get along and maybe we're not all friends, but I got love for all of you because we're all in it together. That's what I get from that track. Great track, honestly. The second verse, Isaiah Rashad just goes straight for the fucking throat. That one, man. I mean, I don't know how else you could say that more plainly than the way he, or more clearly than the way he did right there. They only feel you when you pass away. God damn, dude. That's a cold line right there. Great song. 5 for 5. Let's move on to track 6, which is called West Savannah, featuring SZA again, produced by The Antidote again. So we're going to go back to back SZA Antidote. Here we go. West Savannah. This one feels like it's slowed down a bit.
Now can we fall in love while Southern playalistic banging through the night?
Good old Outkast,
And
man.
I ain't never felt no type of way about this living do or die. Type of way. And when they see our age, they say we young. I let you push me to the side. Push me to the side. At least we fell in love with something greater than debate and suicide.
Ha.
At least we fell in love.
Trippy. Very messy. Very messy.
And when they see our age, they say we young. I let you push me to the side. At least we fell in love with something greater than debate and suicide.
It's kind of a fascinating song in the sense of in the sound of the music. There's just a lot, especially that opening section. It's kind of calmed down a little bit, but when you've got this bridge with Ab-Soul going on and you've kind of got these voices swirling around, even the production swirling around a little bit. And what comes to my mind, if it's correct or not, but what comes to my mind is, you know, in the opener, the first track talking about, you know, shitting on your feelings. Actually, let's go back to it here, right? Taught me how to leave somebody, taught me how to smoke my load and go, taught me you don't need nobody, you know? You've been looking for the wrong one. I ain't thinking about your love. I've been shitting on your feelings. So there's that. But then you get into West Savannah. Now can we fall in love while playing Southern playalistic, banging through the night? I ain't ever felt no type of way about this living, do or die. So it's kind of like I'm going to ride with you, I'm going to die with you type of thing, falling in love. So the only thing what I get from this, not the only, but what I get from this is this idea of, oh shit, I'm actually falling in love with somebody, and I'm kind of all over the place. Like the audio experience feels all over the place. And so maybe that's an emotional representation of this situation. And in the second part of the chorus, when they see our age, they say, we're young, I'll let you push me to the side, but at least we fell in love. You know, and that part right there is kind of what I was talking about a little bit earlier. They'll see our age and say we were young. Again, the older generation looking down on the younger generation, disrespectful, dismissive, condescending. Oh, they're young. They don't understand. That's not real love. Whatever, right? But still, let's just say, for the sake of argument, let's just say that there's truth in that they will fall out of love or whatever. The feeling at the time is still real. You know, if you're having strong emotions, those emotions are real. Can they change in the future? Sure they can, of course. But it doesn't mean at that moment they're not real. So I really like that bit. At least we fell in love with something greater than debating suicide. Let's click on this annotation. This implies that they both had suicidal thoughts before the relationship were in fact saved by way of falling in love with each other. Maybe. This is also an allusion to Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, who were able to come, through love through suicide. Both scenarios present young people in love. This love is greater than the Romeo and Juliet. In addition, Isaiah ends the verse with repeating, at least we fell in love. But this time the lyrics takes a whole new meaning. At least we fell in love is now hinting at lost love, kind of like this was destructive. Maybe. I was thinking more of the line, along the lines of, you know, you got that previous track, Ronnie Drake. Pretty dark, you know, statement of the way things are. And I feel like if you go through that song, if you share that sentiment, with that would come a feeling of hopelessness. And with hopelessness comes a feeling of giving up. So you could almost, this is just my own take. Who knows, right? But you can almost take this idea of it's hopeless. I've given up. I'm drinking my pain away. I'm smoking my pain away. I don't love anybody anymore. I mean, that's not like a literal suicide. It's like a slow suicide when you just give up. You don't kill yourself, but you've stopped trying to live. It's kind of a suicide. So maybe this is the idea of, hey, I fell in love and we did something other than just fucking give up. We felt something. We were with each other. We engaged, you know? So That's what I get from this. And now I've totally ruined the vibe. I mean, I'm excited about the idea, but I feel like I've ruined the vibe of the song talking too long. But there you go. All right, it's about 45 seconds. Let's finish this one up. See, this audio part, there's so much going on. It's almost confusing, which emotions can be confusing. Yeah, I love the way it kind of fades out there too. I kind of lingered with that feeling for a second. At least we fell in love. You know, and then the music slips out and you can kind of feel that slipping away, the love slipping away. I don't know, man. That's a pretty fucking legit song. I'm excited to listen to that one again. Because the first listen, there's a lot going on just in my ears. I'm trying to process everything, and hearing it again without trying to focus on everything all at the same time, and I feel like it'll soak in more. Was Savannah. That fucking neat jam. This is a cool album thus far. No wonder everyone's been recommending it for like 2 years. Quite literally 2 years. Track 7 is called I can never say this word. Soliloquy. If I don't read it, I can say it. Soliloquy. If I read it, I can't say it. The spelling on that word is just awful. It proves how terrible the English language is. And I will not rant about that, but I would love to someday. Produced by Farhat, I guess. All right, track 7, Soliloquy. This is a shorter one. I'll let it play all the way through. Some scratching in there.
I left my daddy around 97. He was lazy. Couldn't hit the ground but making babies. I'm crazy. Smoke a bouquet. Copy from my niggas pushing daisies like a romance. Don't push a nigga buttons like a program. I've been on the Jaeger for a day. Watch me slow dance. Tough as Conan. It's the art of barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian.
I got 4 white girls, all Aryan. I wonder what they daddy think. Fuck them, this a revolution. Fuck them, take a break. Let them fuck each other. I ain't your everyday. Normal brother. Corner level. She saving cheering about a low and gustle. What is muscle? Fred Claus and Kelly up in your closet. Belly full of smog against ciggies just make me nauseous. Wonder how the fuck you let a nigga make you cautious. But you jamming out the fucking Maryland and Ozzy shit. Ponzi schemes selling everybody dreams. Killer like your neighbor, I'm as nice as everybody seems. We just breaking bad and my brother serving Walter White. Hope he ain't caught with that possession like a poltergeist. Mama with a preset.
Trippy.
We gotta lease that. Why we can't own it? And all these fat loners.
There's a lot going on there. You know, one thing I have not mentioned thus far is his flow. And I enjoy it, but I haven't really found anything to like specifically latch onto in terms of like he's just there. And I kind of feel badly, like, you know, it's tough because what I try to do every week is sit down and appreciate what's going on here, regardless if I like it or not. And a lot of people think I'm more of like a critic. I assume that's the impression I get from what people say, but I'm not trying to be a critic. And the reason why I mention that is because it's a critic's job to, you know, analyze and point out strengths and weaknesses and all this other kind of stuff. And I don't do that very well. I'm honestly not good at that. So with Isaiah Rashad so far, I haven't really said anything about his style, his vocal flow, or anything like that, because I don't really know specifically how to distinguish him from others. I mean, I just feel like he is his own entity, his own style. He hasn't done anything wildly complex. He hasn't done anything, I don't know, way outside of the lines from what I've heard from other rappers. But he's also not like copying other people too. I mean, this track right here, really probably his most vocally or like rapping intense, I suppose, maybe. I don't know. Those fucking lyrics are going all over the place. Left my daddy around 97. He was lazy. Couldn't hit the grind, but making babies. That's a great. I mean, that right there, what is that? 7 words, 8 or 6 words, 7 words? Couldn't hit the grind, but making babies. So lazy as fuck, doesn't do shit, but he just keeps knocking girls up. I mean, that's a whole story in itself right there in 7 words. Smoking bouquet, cop it from my people pushing daisies. Smoking bouquet, So that's gotta be, well, I mean, that's obviously weed, but like pushing daisies, they're dead. But does that mean that can't mean, I'm taking it too literally. Let's move on. I'm taking that way too literally right there. Like a romance, push buttons like a program. I've been on the Jaeger for a day. Girl, watch me slow dance. Tough as Conan. This is the art of barbarians. A Conan the Barbarian reference. I got 4 white girls. I wonder what their daddy think. Fuck them. It's a revolution. Fuck them. Take a break. Let them fuck each other. She's saving children by the low and guzzle. This has got to be a swallow reference. Yeah. Okay. All right. What is muscle? And I'm finessing like Tim Duncan. When you're something immaculate, scatter rapping, no passing my blunt. And probably overthinking, but anytime he talks about something like that in such a specific way, no passing my blunt, I'm going to smoke it all. I think to the first track, smoking all my lows away. Don't you put me on freshman covers. I'm posing with lunch. Think they're worthy of presents. Presently passing them up. No competing with bleachers. Jogging. I'm running amok. Sweet Jesus. I fuck around and need a street sweeper. What is this? So the annotation says, me corner camping on God all day. So obviously a troll annotation there. Leave the bodies on the cul-de-sac. Follow me. The cult is back. Sipping on that cognac and that Jim Jones. Watch movies like, damn, that Vince Vaughn is a funny cat. It's kind of a neat way to rhyme structure into cognac there. Fred Claus and the Kelly up in your closet. No idea what that means. Belly full of smog again. Ciggies just make me nauseous. I liked that quite a bit. A belly full of smog. Wonder how the fuck you let a person make you cautious, but you jamming out to fucking Maryland and Aussie shit. Marilyn Manson, Ozzy Osbourne. Ponzi schemes selling everybody dreams. Who is selling everybody dreams? Yeah, it just describes what a Ponzi scheme is. Yeah, I know that. Okay. We're just Breaking Bad and my brother serving Walter White. I've never watched the show Breaking Bad. Believe it or not, I've never watched the show. Hope he ain't caught with that possession like a poltergeist. That was cool. They're already. I want to hear Soliloquy, or I want to hear West Savannah again and Soliloquy again. That was kind of a wild track. Just the structure and like that, like piano, kind of like offbeat piano, blah, 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 or whatever the hell was going on with the piano. Wild. I forget what soliloquy means. I forget what that means. Does it explain? No, it does not. I'll have to look that up because I forget what that word means. Track 8 is called Tranquility, produced by Far Out again. Okay. No summary at all. So we'll just drop in completely blind. Not that I read the summaries anyways, but here we go. All right, track 8, Tranquility. Coming after Soliloquy, which was kind of just all over. Now this one slows down a bit.
Well, thank God for a shooter, and thank God for the leader, and thank hard for a message. Blame all on pedestrians. What are you believing? We're tranquil for a Brutus, and hard road for a Caesar. Hey, well, who came from the heavens? They killed for a blessing. They gon' do the Jesus. And thank God for the shooters.
Them hard streets make a militant man. Fuck a bitch, be as real as you can. Our education, they tend to say we killers again. But I'd rather get us living a chance. I'm getting patience. I wonder if the world gon' see us as just niggas. They treat lyrics like I hold triggers, like I make difference, then downplay what I'm giving like I'm no different. They make me wanna move to my aunt's house. I've been on pills since a little one. Start with Advil, then we level up.
And thank hard for
Is it like a warbly filter over the piano?
We're tranquil for a Brutus, and hard road.
And I like this kind of echoey drum.
Well, who came from the heavens? They killed for a blessing. They gon' do the Jesus.
Yo, with the production, the song's called Tranquility, and it's a calmer beat, it's a calmer everything, but it's still not, and it's not calm. It's calmer, but the way that the beats are kind of, the drums are kind of like banging around a little bit. It's like the difference between being somewhere that is quiet versus going into a booth of something like that is surrounded by stuff, but the booth is designed to be quiet, but you can still hear the chaos outside. It's kind of like that. And so, of course, my first thought is this like a false tranquility that's brought on by smoking a lot or whatever? Thank God for the shooters and the leaders. Think hard for a message. Blink art on pedestrians. What are you, a believer? So the annotation is saying this hope. The hook opens with a contradictory statement. Thank God for the shooter and thank God for the leader is confusing, but he uses the contradiction calling into question lasting message come to be. Leaders give people direction. In the case of Caesar, that direction is ill-served for the message. He was a ruthless dictator. His death at the hands of Brutus freed his people from, which was greater good. However, the shooter also unites people behind a fallen leader. In the case of Jesus, he was a positive leader. Okay. By killing Jesus, the Romans turned him into a martyr. Okay. For both of these, the shooter plays the role of a necessary evil, creating good by freeing a nation through murder. Okay. Well, there you go. There's the annotation. We're tranquil for a Brutus, hard road for a Caesar. Who came from the heavens to kill for a blessing? I'm going to do it to Jesus. I think that, honestly, after going through the chorus again, I think that annotation is onto something. Makes sense what they're saying. Them hard streets make a militant man. Fuck, I bet you be as real as you can. Our education, they tend to say we're killers again. But I'd rather give this living a chance. I'm getting patience. I wonder if the world is going to see us as just people. This really stood out to me because I read lyrics all the time. They treat lyrics like I hold triggers, like I make difference. Then downplay what I'm given like I'm no different. Let's click on this sentence. People treat Isaiah Rashad's lyrics like he has a gun loaded and is ready to kill. Then they downplay who and what he is. Maybe they treat lyrics like I hold triggers. Maybe they're holding him responsible for what. Maybe, that's probably that. Because that's something that has happened before, right? It's because of the lyrics, all these terrible things are happening. All the kids are doing this and that and all this violence because of the lyrics. But then downplay what I'm given like I'm no different. Which, what I'm given, right, the environment that he lives in, which is, I still think Ice Cube is absolutely right to this day. Everyone's so upset about what we're saying on our songs, but nobody really seems to care about the environment that is causing these songs to exist. We're just writing about the lives that we live. So you're upset about what we're saying, but you're not upset about the conditions we live in that cause us to say these things in our music, So that would probably be the downplay part. It makes me want to move to my aunt's house. I've been on pills since a little one. Start with Advil, then level up. What was this? They got Tech Nines for Jesus. What the fuck is that about? That's a long-ass annotation. I don't want to read. Well, whatever. I was hoping it was like another person that was going to leave a troll annotation about having a Tech 9 in Call of Duty or some bullshit like that. Anyway, okay, let's keep going.
We're tranquil for Brutus.
The piano's kind of like blurry too. It's almost there, but not quite.
They gon' do the Jesus. And thank God for the
Some of us fall, and some of us hover, and some of us shooters, and some of us lovers. I see the sum of it all. I'm running for cover, invite you for supper, but really they hunt you. Was really 300? Who's really a gangster? Who's really to pray? Who's really in danger? I'm willing to pray. I'm feeling the angels. It's liquor to save you. This moment contains. I ride to the far side. I'm looking for peace. To spread the cigar wide. A moment of ease. Hard benching for my brothers that be roaming the streets. We don't always be the leaders that they want us to be. I'm just hoping that she praying while she down on her knees. See, I often treat these hoes like their fathers would be. Good Lord, my flaws. Blind, you got you time for.
And thank God for the shooters.
So the piano clears up a little bit right here. A little bit clear. The drums clear up.
Thank God for the shooters.
Oh, interesting. That's really kind of fascinating right there. It all clears up.
And thank God for the
Ha. Then it drops right into Menthol. I was gonna say it's really, honestly, very cool that the production cleaned up towards the end. I was gonna say that it felt like this tranquility. I was talking about the booth and an area surrounded by noise and stuff. It started to feel like one of those moments of clarity that you have when you're all fucked up on something. Like if you're drunk or if you're high. I mean, for those of us who partake in certain things, right? We've all had those moments where you know you're all fucked up, but in that all fucked up moment, you can like kind of have a realization and it makes sense in this clear way, even though you're all fucked up. It's always, this song almost feels like that kind of experience where it's like, man, I'm all fucked up. But then all of a sudden you see, you know? This second verse was actually pretty fantastic too. You know, one thing I haven't really been able to describe Isaiah Rashad's vocal performance, but I do like his writing. I like his writing quite a bit. Some of us fall, some of us hover, some of us shooters, some of us lovers. I've seen the sum of it all. I'm running for cover. Invite you for supper, but really they hunt you. So your friends, right? Who needs enemies when you have friends like these type of a thing? They're going to invite you over for supper, but really they're hunting you. Who's really a gangster? Who's really the prey? Who's really in danger? I'm willing to pray. I'm feeling the angels. Is liquor the savior? This moment will contain us. Hard benches for my brothers that be roaming the streets. We don't always be the leaders that they want us to be. I'm just hoping that she's praying while she's down on her knees. So, and the next line is, I often treat these hoes like their fathers would be. That section right there is fantastic. Hard benches for my brothers that be roaming the streets. Would always be the leaders they want us to be. It's basically just letting people down, letting your own people down, which hits way harder when you listen to was it West Savannah or was it Ronnie Drake? I think it was Ronnie Drake. All my people. I got love for all my people. But then here, feeling the emotions of letting them down. I've got love for all my people, but I fucking let you down. I'm not the leader I should be for you. I'm treating you just like your father would treat you, which is why you're all fucked up and doing what you're doing right now. Good Lord, my flaws blind you. Got you time for my flaws. Got you time for my flaws. Good Lord, my flaws. My flaws. Ha. That was actually kind of a fantastic song. The writing, the lyrics are just fantastic. I really, really like how he's doing this. Okay, let's keep going. This is a great project. It's hearts down the board thus far. I've enjoyed every song. Track 9 is called Menthol. It did actually start. Let me slide this around, back it up. Or Menthol. So I would say Menthol. Oh, you know why? Ready? Nerd alert right here. World of Warcraft. Menthol Harbor. It's a location in World of Warcraft, the video game. So I always say Menthol instead of menthol, which is a type of cigarette, which is totally different from a location in World of Warcraft. Anyway, track 9. It's featuring Jean Doe, I suppose. Produced by Soundwave. Menthol. Here we go. Track 9.
She's so fuckable, and she got the menthol. And told you brought the trees and turned my trousers to cement drawers. Sleeping on couches, only vouchers is my in-laws. He sold 10 ounces, one verse is like an 8-ball. Look, I seen it crystal clear. I seen the pistol near. Seen it cock back and knock caps like a senior year. These
wow.
like I give a
wow,
fuck.
that's a great
drink
line.
a beer, read a magazine, hut, pass interference. I've been riding clean in my bucket for a couple years. I've been breech-dressed, Lawrence Puckett, motherfucker, yeah. Baby,
Again, the production is just like jarring in a good way.
Why you fucking scared?
I'll back it up. I'm kind of killing a switch over there. But I wanted to pause because this bridge is kind of like the whole album in a nutshell, basically. I got all my problems, but I have no weed. And we've already heard a couple times, gonna smoke my troubles away. So I've got all problems, but I got no weed to smoke my problems away with. When they say money solve them, I say no, not me. I don't love no more. I'll just let you be because you see all my problems and you still love me. And I feel like this is a great multi-layer section. The previous track, his flaws, seeing his own flaws and letting his own people down and treating people badly and not being there and all this other stuff, right? But then it also ties into earlier where he doesn't, the opening track, his daddy taught him to leave people and shitting on your feelings and I don't love you. But then you had the other song where it's like, yeah, at least we fell in love. We didn't, debate suicide. We didn't give up. At least we fell in love. And now you've got this other thing of, I don't love no more. I'll just leave you be because you see all my problems and you still love me. So the idea of still loving people, even though they're flawed, really just a great swirl of emotion. Just swirl. And it's fun to me because it's a lot of, in my opinion, this is not a knock on the album at all. This is an aside. This is like, I'm getting philosophical on you. In my opinion, all this swirling, these emotions that just spin around. It's just us chasing our own tail. Just stop trying to put everything where it needs to be and let it just be. Because it seems like the more you chase it, the more you try and fix it, the more you try and try, the more stirred up everything gets, One of the things I love listening to Alan Watts. He's one of my favorite speakers. He does a lot of Buddhist philosophy and stuff. But one of the things he talks about every now and then is he'll talk about trying to still the water with a flat iron. The water's moving around and you want all the waves to stop. You want everything to be calm and tranquil. And so you slap at it to knock the waves down so it'll be still. But what does that do? It doesn't make anything still, obviously. That kind of a concept. I had a couple drinks and I wonder if I could call you tomorrow and borrow your heart. I've been stressing for a blessing, the one that would set me apart. And you know what? This is yellow. I should do this proper and click this. But before I do, stressing for a blessing, the one that would set me apart. I go back to the first track, second track, second track, I think, Webbie flow. This frustration and wanting to feel special. He didn't explicitly say that, so who knows if I'm onto that. But if you get a blessing that sets you apart, now you do feel special. Maybe you don't feel so frustrated anymore. Let's see here. Okay, so the yellow is like a verified annotation from the artist. So this is what it says. The hook here is really describing two equally broken people searching for solace within each other. I had a few drinks, and I'm calling to see if you have time to hear me vent about what's going on in my life. I've almost reached my breaking point, and I've been avoiding letting my dark thoughts overcome me. I need to be set apart from every other person who is weak and doesn't want to find inner peace. Oh, that's a great line right there. It's not a sexual thing. Instead, it's me yearning to hear him say it's going to be all right, even though he's somewhere just as drunk and even more distracted. At the end of the day, we both have our share of vices, and we still have love for one another. That's fucking great. That's great. And it's exactly like she says, right? Searching for solace within each other. That's all it is. And what I love about that is it's not about fixing the problem. It's not about slapping the water with a flat iron to make it still. It's just letting it be by being with somebody who's going through the same thing and trying to find peace with each other rather than chasing all these problems and trying to fix everything. Good shit. All right, let's keep going. Fantastic.
You see all my problems, but you still had them.
You cut your hair as about as short as your temper. The prescription for dementia starts slipping in elixirs, make it hard to remember. As I recall it with your heart in a blender. Drink spike and still chillin', put your life on ice and sing like me. The actions of us lacking the passion, but think righteous from pussy upon the tongue to calling to him a my son. Thought the remedy was ballin', I'm falling, darling, I'm done. Finna be a workaholic, an alcoholic, a son. I'm just calling back.
Cool production, man. It's messy, and I like it. It's not clean. It's not like refined. It's not, and I'm not saying that it wasn't built that way. It's just the sound that they're producing is kind of messy, which is perfect because this is messy. His verse tying his verse into hers. You cut your hair about as short as your temper. The prescription for dementia starts slipping an elixir, make it hard to remember. So if you're drinking all your pain away, right? As I recall it with your heart in a blender, drink spiking, still chilling, put your life on ice and sink like me. Actions of us lacking the passion, but think righteous from pussy upon time to calling a hymn or something. Thought the remedy was bawling. I'm falling, darling, I'm done. Offended to be a workaholic, an alcoholic, or something. I'm just calling. So I like that he is also just calling. I like that, especially after reading the annotation from Jean there. Cool track, cool fucking album, man. This has been a great little ride. Great little ride. So a couple songs left. The next one is called Modest, produced by Chris Calor, I'll say. It's track 10. Here we go. Modest.
Modest, I be in interview. Some niggas hating cause I play it like I had no clue that I'm the greatest. Tory, come sit up on this dick. I see you waiting, need a baby cup. I'm too young and wild to be the savior. Nail me to the cross and I'm just hanging. At least they left that serpent in my fingers. I'm just smoking. Players from my city rarely make it to a poster. Unless you got a warrant, what you got in that Corona? Officer just boosted boo and DGOlas. Won't let them haters get me down, that's what they told us. It's funny how they blame us out when they we shit don't blow up. We can't get on the phone while niggas act like they don't know us. Just living a lie. OGs acting like hoes weak. Couldn't rekindle the fire.
I like he's changing his flow here.
I can see more than the block. I can see more than your spot. She got something to say like Larry David, but I leave alone. Oh, I gotta go. I got a baby stuck in Babylon. Niggas carry bombs and carry rabies. Who gon' speak for you? Who gon' sing your song if you don't play this? I got stress for days. Picture you go home and you that nigga, but can't pay your bill. You can't buy no diapers for your little one. Don't you pay for thrill? Bitch, I came here right here with an ounce. And if that ain't enough, you gotta live.
Trippy, man. I'm gonna let it finish.
What you want. Niggas rarely give you what you need. And if that ain't enough, I got some weed.
Wow, this one fucking hits with disillusionment, doesn't it? Just, you can feel the fucking, the empty. For me, oh shit, I didn't pause. I hit the heart, I didn't hit the pause. This is fucking, it's called Modest, but man, I'm really getting into Isaiah Rashad's pen game, man. Modest, I be in interviews, so people hating because I play it like I have no clue that I'm the greatest. That's one of my favorite things to say. It doesn't come up very often. I get the chance to say, I'm so modest. I'm just the most modest person. Tori, come sit up on this dick. I see you waiting. Need a baby because I'm too young and wild to be the savior. There's lots of little breadcrumbs in this track. Lots of little breadcrumbs in terms of like thought process, and like I was saying on the, was it Menthol? No, Menthol. the swirl, right? There's lots of little breadcrumbs. You can really see the swirl, though, if you're looking for it. Nail me to the cross, and I'm just hanging. At least they left a serpent in my fingers. I'm just smoking. So what's going on there? I mean, I'm too young and wild to be the savior. I can't be the savior, but I'm still going to get crucified for all my sins. Maybe, okay? That's where I'm going with that. But they left a serpent in my fingers, the devil, right? So all these joints have been smoking to the devil. Evil, we'll say. And maybe there's some truth in that. If you're using it as a crutch to not process your emotions, maybe it becomes an evil thing, you know? Not necessarily inherently evil, but just something not healthy. Players from my city rarely make it to a poster unless you got a warrant. What you got in that Corolla? Oh, it's just Boosty Boo and DJ Yola. Those are artists, right? It has to be artists. I don't know. It doesn't mention. Anyway. Won't let them haters get me down. That's what they told us. It's funny how they blame the South when their weak shit don't blow up. We came with all the funk, like people act like they don't know us. Just living a lie. OGs acting like hoes. We couldn't rekindle the fire. Retire. Catch up with the time. I can see no more than the block. I can see more than your spot. Don't be stuck in the past. I'm puffing the grass, holding my cup like a strap. Look at my southerner ass. People try to tell you what you want. People rarely give you what you need. I came right here with the bounce. I thought enough. I got some weed. Quiet. I be in the living room, shaded, with my knee along. I sing her a song. She's masturbating, bringing me along. She's got something to say like Larry David, which I think is a TV show reference, but I don't know the show. But I leave her alone. Ho, I gotta go. I got a baby. Stuck in Babylon. So Babylon. That's not the... I'm thinking of Sodom and Gomorrah. What was Babylon again? Anyway, stuck in Babylon, people carry bombs and carry rabies. Babylon was a city in Iraq. Now it's bad day. I'd say preaches. Okay, yeah, it's a city in Iraq. But Isaiah preaches he's stuck in Babylon. In this case, he's talking about Chattanooga, where gangsters carry weapons and toe tags. Okay. I kind of feel like there would be a biblical reference in there too, given the crucifix or the being what how does he say it? I already forgot. Nail me to the cross, the serpent in my fingers. I feel like there'd be a biblical reference there too. Anyway, who's going to speak for you? Who's going to sing your song if you don't play this? And I was right there. I started thinking about Good Kid, Mad City. I don't know when that released relating to this one. I don't know if that came out before. I got stressed for days. Picture you go home and you're that person. You can't pay your bills. You can't buy no diapers for your little ones. Don't you pay for thrill? Child support is a check away. How you chill with Kendrick? Do you smoke with Q and Drake? Let's say is real. Let's click this one. Oh, because he's TDE, right? People from his set claiming now that Isaiah has signed with TDE, he automatically is tight with members such as Kendrick. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Sure. Where was this bit about? I should ask some groupies for some face. Just a stepping stone. At least them bitches know their place. At least they know they're groupies. This is my second home. This is where favorite rappers get replaced. That's what people from the South are going to kill that, doubt it, bring the bass. And bitch, I came here right with an ounce. Well, I went through the lyrics to help me solidify the ideas I had in my head, and really all I did was confuse myself more. Oh, man. I got stressed for days. Who's going to sing your song if you don't play this? Sing this song, it's all for you. Sing this song, it's all for you. Good shit, man. Good shit. I can't really, honestly, I kind of at a loss, but that's okay. That's okay. First time listen. People will help out with the comments. Good track. Next one's called Heavenly Father, and it actually started playing, so I'll back it up. So it's at the start. That's track 11. It's produced by D. Sanders. And let's drop in to Heavenly Father.
Now everybody started telling me a lie.
Cool.
Know they give me something for my soul. See, I don't wanna think of suicide, so please don't take the lucky on my door. See,
oh wow.
Fucking all these girls.
Is that like steel drums?
And if I get my story to the world, I wonder if they book me for a show. I know I'm not the only one alone. I know I'm not the only one that felt.
Huh.
And know it's kinda hard to say the drugs, cause I've been having problems with myself. And I've been asking questions, what is love? And they don't give me answers, just a check. And they don't know my issues as a child, cause I was busy cutting on myself. And hanging from the playground went wrong, until you got a rope on your neck. And I've been losing more than just my mind. Gathering was enough for self-respect. And that is why you coming, why you drunk, and why you never let me when I need it.
Heavenly Father, why are you so far away? Everybody's telling me a lie. Give me something for my soul. Lordy, give me something for my soul. I don't want to think of suicide. Please don't take that lock off my door. I've been tired of fucking all these girls. This is kind of a neat track. It's kind of like a collapse a bit. But the sound, you know what's neat about the sound is it doesn't sound like collapse. It doesn't sound like rock bottom. Because it's not. It's just, I'm fucking tired of this. This ain't working. And how nice, right? To find that answer before hitting rock bottom. But there is a bit of a, and the sound, the music, it's almost pleasant. But it shouldn't be pleasant, right? I mean, this is not a pleasant thing to go through, but maybe it's almost like a self-admission, like, okay, this ain't working. I gotta stop. It's time to turn around. It's time to clean up a little. I've been tired of spending all my dough. If I give my story to the world, I wonder if they book me for a show. Can't handle pressure on your own, so why you carry the boulder by yourself? Yep, sure. Mom calls me, tells me come home. I just need guidance. I know I'm not the only one alone. But that chorus was kind of beautiful while also being haunting. Why are you so far away, Heavenly Father? Now I'm praying I make it to 25, right? That's got to be a little nod to Kanye. Call a doctor for my health. No, it's kind of hard to say to drugs because I've been having problems with myself. So some just admission here. I got a problem. This ain't working. I've been asking questions. Where's the love? They don't give answers just to check. They don't know my issues as a child because I was busy cutting on myself. That's not great. This, I don't fully understand. Hanging from the playground wasn't wrong until you got a rope around your neck. I suppose the idea there would be, there's nothing wrong with hanging out with your friends and having fun until it gets to a point where it stops being just fun and it becomes dangerous, unhealthy, whatever. I've been losing more than just my mind, gathering what's left of self-respect. Daddy, why do you call me when you're drunk? How come you never love me when you need it? I don't want to be like you no more. I've been trying to cope. I'm getting weeded. Fucking, just as open as you can get. This is great. Let's keep going. Maybe the lighter sound is coming from the idea of if I express this, if I'm open about it, if I admit it to myself, I can get all this weight off of me. All this shit I've been trying to hide from. All the shit that's been piling up, and I'm trying to cope with drugs and drinking. And, and the girls, I'm just trying to cope, but it just keeps crushing me. Maybe if I admit it, I can fucking shrug it off and breathe. I can finally breathe and go, okay, here's the real problem. Maybe that's the idea, with the sound of the song being a little bit lighter with this kind of context lyrically. God, that part, this hits like in the heart. Why are you so far away? I think I'm following.
Look, hey, I smoke too much. The problems of a 20-something.
His
I
vocals
drink
are
too
totally
often.
changed.
There's liquor pouring from the faucet. You would assume for following the tunes, then I'm doomed to die young. Addicted to dry plump. These bitches
Production's
ain't
open.
shit, and pussy is my greatest vice. I love smoking weed. I hate advice. These people think I really give a fuck about the shit they give a fuck about. Just need a moment of silence, just close your fucking mouth. Infatuated with violence, gun in my fucking mouth. So you don't know that I'm serious, know what I'm talking about. Like, you got punchlines for days, it's so generic.
I like how the
flow.
production comes
Too
back.
cold, your Eyez. Like, you got punchlines for days, it's so generic, you flow. You too cold, your Eyez.
God, that fucking guitar strum. It's so good. Ah, goddamn. That song was amazing. That song was amazing. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I love on this final verse, it all strips away. No more bullshit. No more bullshit. Not to say that the production is bullshit, but I mean in terms of representation, right? No more. None of this bullshit anymore. I smoke too much. The problems of a 20-something. I drink too often. There's liquor pouring from the faucet. You would assume from following the tunes that I'm doomed to die young, addicted to dry plum. These bitches ain't shit. And pussy is my greatest vice. So it's just full. It's like confession. And it's called Heavenly Father. And what a fantastic little spin on. You've got this chorus, this hook, whatever you want to call it. What is it technically? What do they call it? A bridge chorus. Okay. Heavenly Father, why are you so far away? But here's his confession anyway. Just gonna do it anyway. I know some people that talk good, the wise men from a long line of bitch-made and bright men. You never had nothing but fucking dreams. You just caught up in the hype, the fashion, so it seems. The limelight. No need for your 2 cents and burning your blueprints. These people, I love this line. I mean, I should get a t-shirt of this. These people think I really give a fuck about the shit they think they give a fuck about. Of course, I butcher it when reading it, right? That's a great line. That should be like every bumper sticker, every t-shirt should have that. Just need a moment of silence. Just close your fucking mouth. Infatuated with gun violence, gun in my fucking mouth. So you don't know that I'm serious now what I'm talking about. That was a great song. Great song. You know, and I didn't really expect this album to kind of have a thematic throughput, but this song right here, after everything we've heard, I'm excited for the next 3 because we've got this admission, essentially. This is all the shit I've been doing. It's not working, and I just gotta unload this. I gotta get rid of it. Although he didn't specifically say that part, but when you essentially make your confession and you've got this audio experience of stripping all the production away, no more bullshit, no more distractions, no more all this shit swirling around me. This is who I am. This is what I've been doing. This is how I'm fucking up. This is what I want to focus on. Good shit. Good shit. And my God, the end, that little strum, that little guitar strum, that little guitar lick. Oh, Track 12 is called Banana. It's produced by The Antidote. Let's jump into a Banana. I don't know this sample. I haven't heard any sample I recognize. Although I'm not good at recognizing samples either.
Yo, now ever since I was young, had a gift for the tongue. This shit might
here we
open
go.
the door. It might open the
Crack off here.
Honeycomb for some, 22 put piff in a boat. And I was bending the corners, I box in the sauna. I've been focused, getting closer to ghosts. And I be slipping a bit, probably slipping a bitch. I ain't really into tipping the hole. See, my brother got weight, my sister at home. When I get straight, my sister getting flown.
Nice.
Nephews, my niggas
Nice.
getting grown. My D stay down, nigga getting on. Can I get a glass cup and a little Henny? I'm too cold, but a little timid. Blow checks, save a little penny. I'm too young for some big money. Ooh, come girl, get some dick from me. My job needs some piss from me. Lil' bruh, can you fuck with me?
My job needs some piss from me. That's funny. Wow. Yeah, a lot of these choruses they've used, they've just been really odd in style.
Yeah, bitch.
There's nowhere to go. I'm gonna let it play all the way through.
Hey, can't go back to selling at retail. My daddy left me with no details. Came
Jesus.
back with a bitch and a stepson. I guess he forgot that he left some. He must have been saving the best bump. She screaming, now give me the rest, son. Pearl necklace, I empty my left nut. Most niggas can't fuck with my worst shit. I'm scribing my living with curses. Just wait till I get this shit perfect. You niggas can't fuck with my verses. Got me that 9 upon me. That jewelry, that purse, and that pumpy. Still tracking this black while we dumping.
Ha. Ha. This chorus is very capturing to me. Stuck on the high, nowhere to go. Stuck on the high. That's a good one too. I've enjoyed every song on this album. Every track has a heart. There's only 2 left. Yo, this second verse. When he gets this part about his dad. Depending on all your feedback, come to my show and come feed that. Can't go back to selling that retail. My daddy left me with no details. His voice gets a little stressed. He puts strain and heat in his voice. Came back with a bitch and a stepson. I guess he forgot that he'd left something. Must have been saving the best bump. She's screaming out, give me the rest, son. Pearl necklace. I empty my left that. And that right there is such a great parallel. No, not the word. Not duality. No, of just essentially how, whatever the word would be to describe how this thing about his fucking dad leaving, this trauma, this fucking heartbreak, whatever you want to call it, how prevalent it is in his brain. So much so that it's there in his mind when he's with these women. He thinks about, this is not like a sexual thing. This is like he probably just feels like, God, I just feel like he feels awful. He should be feeling great because, he's releasing sexually, but instead he just thinks of his fucking father leaving. And now I'm just doing the same shit he did. It's just that whole section being strained vocally. I'm assuming I'm on the right track with that. I'm scribing my living with curses. Just wait till I get this shit perfect. People can't fuck with my verses. Let's go through the first one. Ever since I was young, had a gift with a tongue. This shit might open the door. Fruit Loop for the young, honeycomb for some. Fruit Loop? I don't know. I don't get that reference. It sounds. Fruit Loops and honeycombs is cereal. I don't get the reference, though. I've been focused, getting closer to goals. I've been slipping a bit, probably sipping a bit. Ain't really into tupping the hose. My brother got weight, my sister at home. When I get straight, my sister getting flown. A couple nephews, people getting grown. Stay down, gotta clap. I'm too cold but a little timid. I blow my check, save a little penny. I'm too young for some big money. Come girl, get some dick from me. This part was, my job needs some piss from me. Little bro, can you fuck with me? Keep with the last minute. So he got a piss test and his buddy hooked him up with some clean urine, I imagine. The chorus, though. It's so empty and spacious and drugged out, right? We are the young and the Xanax. There's nowhere to go to hide from the lows. Nowhere to go, stuck on the high. But he's furious too. The contrast between the chorus and the verses is pretty strong. And it's almost like The idea it gives me is, you know, like if you're tired or something and you're trying to, maybe you're let's say you're driving and you're kind of tired and it's like, no, I gotta stay awake. You know, it's almost like the chorus is the feeling of getting lulled back to sleep. You know, come back to the drugs, hide from the lows. There's nowhere to go. But then the verses are the fire trying to punch through. No, I'm not going back to sleep. I'm not going back to hiding from this. I'm gonna fucking do this thing. That's what it feels like. Bitchin' stuff, dude. Bitchin' stuff. Cool album. All right, let's keep going. 2 more. Brad Jordan is the name of track 13, featuring Michael Da Vinci, produced by Danny D Beats. And here we go, track 13, Brad Jordan. A song dedicated to the deep gangster mannerisms of legendary MC Scarface.
Feel like I'm bad. So now I want to bring that pina colada through that mouth. Just stupid shit like that. Shoot my curtain.
Yo, now it just me, my nigga Mike D. Getting dough, we was banging out some Master P. On the road, I prefer my word with platinum teeth. Maybe gold, they don't like it when you come direct. Well, fuck, but spotted bold, tell them ho, they better come correct. My mama taught me we no accepting any memberships. No acting losses, I won't step up in your dealership until I'm bossing.
Scarface, something like I'm Brad Jordan. Feel like I'm the fucking, feel like I'm Brad Jordan. 2 dope boys in a busted ass
2 dope boys in a busted ass rental. That's fucking funny. That's funny. I'll let it go.
Sitting low, I've been drinking since my mama called. Around 4 niggas asking me too many questions. Fucking throw, Rod Da Vinci, Mike December. We was low.
I really like the vibe on this.
Just kind of where your crown in your pocket or that shit'll come up missing. You that nigga, but the missus eat a dick in my your business. This for all my Eastside niggas who be eating, do no sleeping for they ceilings.
So this part's yellow. I'm gonna click it and read it here. I chose Brad Jordan because he can rap. Scarface can rap outside of the rapper racist shit that happened with people from the South. You could never say Scarface is basic. Scarface is an elite rapper. And that is how you have to be A1. It's about being impactful, doing what he did. Ha. Ha. Now I gotta listen to more Scarface. I don't think I've listened to any Scarface. I don't think so. Unless that's not Underground Kings, right? I don't think so. I don't think that's Underground. That's like the only Southern, you know, that and well, I guess Atlanta is technically Southern. The Southern thing throws me off because when I think Atlanta, I think of the East Coast because Atlanta is on the East Coast. Like I think in terms of like the beach. People say West Coast, you know, California, but when I look at like what is the latitude? I'm going to talk about latitude and longitude now. Anyway, the one that goes around the globe, I can never remember which one is which. I feel like California and Atlanta are like kind of on the same. So I think West Coast and then I think East Coast, but Atlanta is South, but California is not South, even though it's on the coast, but Atlanta's on the, you know, it's dumb. I'm not, it's all dumb in my brain. I'm not saying the nomenclature or terminology for how it's defined is dumb. I'm saying my brain is dumb because it doesn't associate it correctly. I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, I prefer my word with platinum teeth, maybe cold. They don't like it when you come direct. Well, fuck. What was this? I won't step up in your dealership until I'm flossing. Isn't coming through... He's coming through when he has the money to buy what he wants. Is that what that means when he's flossing? Okay. I don't know. Whatever. This stood out. I got a son. He's on the way, but that's my baby. I've been spitting like it's crack or something like since the 80s. 2 dope boys in a busted ass rental. That's got to be a nod to Cadillac. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, let's keep going. You know, Michael Da Vinci, I like what he did too. In that section of the song, I was really just enjoying his flow, the style of the production, because the production's pretty chill, but he was shooting some fire on top of it, so it was just a great pairing between the two. Oh, man. Okay, we'll just finish this one up.
2 dope boys in a busted ass rental.
I love that shit. 2 dope boys in a busted ass rental.
Jordan. I've been waiting all motherfucking day. You can't keep fucking this way, bitch, cause you a big old.
And you would think I was from South Park, granted. Always making trouble, gripping on another level, motherfucker. PM on them pussy ass niggas. Two dope boys.
Make a bowl. They don't like it when you cook correct. That how to bowl. I swear. Let me get a piece, Fago. Bring them motherfucking frozen through, bitch. I told you. Hey, the peach, and not what they call it?
Not the can.
Not the can shit. Go ahead, bust that 5 out. Bring me some Mapco chicken, bitch.
Slam down and get some Mapco.
Okay. That was cool. I like Brad Jordan too. I mean, that's cool. It's fine. 2 dope boys in a busted ass rental. There's a couple things I need on a t-shirt. That's one of them. What was the other one? These people think I give a fuck about what they give a fuck about. That's a good one too. That's a good one. Okay, final track for the album. It's called Shot You Down Remix. According to Genius. It's featuring J-Rock and Schoolboy Q, who people are pushing me to listen to because he's got an album coming soon. Spotify does not call it a remix. So who knows? Final track, Shot You Down. Here we go. Oh, Spotify gonna tell me it can't play it. Yeah, it can't play the current song. Okay. Here's track 13. Here's track 14. Try it again, Spotify. Hey, it did it. Produced by Antidote and Chris Cave. Call him. Again, I don't know the sample.
I take a drag at the square. I feel anxious, bit dangerous. It's a verbal appearance. It's reflecting my perspective. Fear, goggle, and fear. Role model so hollow. Shadow adolescents in the gaggle of them bitches. Road to the riches, still paved with the ditches. Get caught up in the hype. Your career's for a night. Ain't these other niggas, cause these niggas is fake. They ain't popping shots, these niggas is popping dot. If I ain't at the shine, beat me up in a ride spot.
Nice
no
drop in with the beat
I'm
there.
in the pine box. I got the bitches hitting Mikey like where they at. Probably fucking on a friend, probably LA at. Probably plotting on the meal, staying well fed. Bitch, don't run your mouth, we don't play that. Mama told me better. Can't count on niggas, can't count on weather. Go figure, nigga, they ain't worried about this cheddar. Them niggas just got down in my
Nice. He sounds great there.
there.
Sounds great.
I ain't tryna be no freshman, I'm chillin'. Cause they'll bring a knife to the fight and not kill him. Oh, I came, I saw, I conquered.
This sound revolving around in the back is kind of trippy.
Bang, bang, block up. Hey, what you do now? Oh, bitch ass rappers. Hey, I shot you down. Oh, sensitive niggas.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
I shot you down. Don't make
Everything takes time. Is you selling or you buying, nigga? Get rich or die trying.
Get rich or die trying.
On the stove. I had the choppers in the cabinet. Just a young nigga trying to get some hundreds. I had a little bucket. Yeah, I wrote it like a Benz. Yeah, I spun my little ends on that Buttless. Tell me who you trust.
Buttless.
Look, I got my faith in God, cause these clown ass niggas are busters. These niggas not Jesus, they ain't gon' die for you. And only time will tell what's gon' lie for you. It's funny, right, what a couple lies will do. But seeing is believing, what defines the truth. Pigs on my ass, hoes tryna drown me. Niggas know I'm up, so these haters wanna down me. Niggas know I'm king, but they don't wanna crown me.
Damn, dude.
It's okay, I ain't
Jay's
about
going
to
on.
whine about it. Look, a real nigga for real nigga, not check it. I'm still here, I'm still counting my blessings. With no chains
I love the
on,
beat,
with no
too. This is
rings
fucking
on.
great.
Watching these fake rappers getting my aim on.
Not a dollar on me. This
I'm gonna pause right here. I'll back it up so I can get Schoolboy Q's drop in here. But that was fucking awesome. That was fucking awesome, dude. Jay was going off, and then that production. There's that high note in the background, kind of floating around the background. That shit made it so goddamn cold, dude. Oh my god. These people, not Jesus, they ain't gonna die for you. Good shit. Really, 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 really good shit. I had the choppers and the cutlass, just the person trying to get some hundreds. I had a little bucket. Yeah, I rode it like a Benz. I spent my little ends on that buttless. Tell me who you trust. I got my faith in God, because these clown-ass people all busters. They're not Jesus. They ain't going to die for you. And only time will tell who's going to lie for you. So if they're going to fucking rat you out or not, right? It's funny, right? What a couple lies will do, but seeing is believing, what defines the truth. Jesus, this is a fucking great verse. Great verse. Because where I'm from, I'm a blood on an island surrounded by blue water, sharks all around me, pigs on my ass, hoes trying to drown me. People know I'm up, so these haters want to down me. They know I'm king, but they don't want to crown me. Fuck, man, this is a great verse. It's okay. You better whine about it. A real person for real. Now check it. I'm still here. So count my blessings with no chains on, with no rings on, watching these fake rappers getting my aim on. God, this is fucking killer. Killer. I this sounds terrible. I already forgot about Isaiah's verse, man. It's a long track. I say I'm not going to read it, and as I sit here and read it, right? Let's keep moving. Let's drop into Schoolboy's verse and listen to this one. That shit was fucking great, though. J-Rock just killed it.
Scratch that itch, won't hit
that high note right there is so
fix
great.
that fix and not a bottle. When that little nigga that missed that bottle gon' catch a hollow. I maybe even throw him pyro. See the set don't make too many niggas rich that I know. You make the gang bang sell dope, I bet on the foe. Seeing money on ground, my eyes glued to the flow. I double deuce by my toe, see fig, get it and go. I'm still stuck in my ways, a nigga just trying to get paid. I'm tired of answering questions, why I see more on delay. See, I was thinking November, but January is sweet. It set my setbacks free, my habits one in my sleep. So January a creep. Get a taste of this gangster, see I'm just trying to eat. With a freak of the week, I just wanna hit him and leave him, dog. They yours for the keep. Don't be kissing them bras, my sperm on their teeth.
Last night was nothing, this morning I'm a hero. No belief in me, dog. They said I'm on to zero.
I came, I saw, I conquered.
This song's fucking fantastic. I can't believe it's already almost over. 7 minutes long.
What you do now? Now I came, I saw, I conquered. I shot you down. Now I bang, I block her. What you do, don't make a sound.
Yes. Thank you for letting me hear this bar one more time. Thank God. Even just to fade out. That shit was great. That was fucking great. Every song has a heart. Honestly, Brad Jordan, it's fine. I could probably not have a heart next to Brad Jordan. It's equally fair, in my opinion, in terms of my enjoyment of it. That final track was fucking great. Great. Now I'm trying to think, which one do I like more? Do I like Heavenly Father more? I like Shot You Down. It's just, there's something about that production. This longer slong, a little bit of singing for the chorus, great beat, that high note, fucking killer verses. That was a great song. Shot You Down. Shot You Down. This is funny, Oxy. Why is oxymoron delayed? Shit. I'm not really going to touch on Schoolboy's verse too much. I think there's a lot of stuff kind of going over my head. But anyway, I'm just trying to eat with the freak of the week. I just want to hit him and leave him, dog. They're yours to keep. Don't be kissing him. That part was so nasty. The way he described it was so fucking nasty. I think in the opening track, there was something about... It might not even have been this song, but there was a verse or a line that I missed. It was something about the bullet being so close. I saw it knock caps off the heads or something like that. I think that was like several songs ago, and I'm just now remembering to talk about it. Beer Goggle and Fear. Role motto so hollow. Shallow adolescence and a gaggle of them bitches. Road to the riches still paved with the ditches. Get caught up in the hype. Your career is for a night. I like that one. I like that one a lot. No crying till I'm in a pine box. Ha. That was fucking great. That was great. I really, really enjoyed that. I'm kind of... Like, the closer was so good. Shut You Down was a phenomenal closer, especially too. I think there's something to be said about it being the longest song on the album, and it just kind of rolls you out, you know. Also, I love how the first half is kind of this whole wrestling with emotions and coping mechanisms and all these different things and trying to push away feelings, and then Heavenly Father hits and everything kind of cleans out. And I noticed that after that, the rapping picks up. And not to say that he wasn't performing well in the first part of the album, he was, but I feel like there's like a chapter marker there with Heavenly Father, because after that, it's like he's more focused, he's more deliberate, he's bringing more heat, more energy on the vocals for those last couple songs. Then, well, but that's not true. I think, what was it? Soliloquy, he was going off pretty hard. And there was another one, he was going off pretty hard. So it's not like he wasn't going off on the first half too. But there's just this difference in, I don't know, like attitude, style. It's more focused. It's more deliberate. It's not so much talking about, I guess maybe it's more of the lyrical content, I guess. He's not focused on, it's weird. He's not focused on trying to not focus, you know? He's not focused on hitting the blunt and getting drunk and some of the bitches. He has shed that. So it's cool because it's like an evolution of the person within the album. And it's just neat to see. That was fucking great. God damn. That was fucking great. Huh. How far? Oh, we're already over 2 hours. Well, that figures. Well, that means I enjoyed it. If I sat down and talked for a while, I enjoyed it. I did enjoy that quite a bit. I'm ready to listen to it again. Huh. Even Hereditary. Cool shit. Okay, well, I'll stop saying that over and over again. This will be the end of the video if you're on YouTube. If you want to watch the video reactions, there are 4, I believe. And I guess they form a story. What do we got? We've got R.I.P, Kevin Miller, we've got Ronnie Drake, we've got Modest, and we've got Heavenly Father. So those are the 4 videos. All right, y'all. If you're on YouTube, take care. We'll see you again soon.